What's good, everyone? So in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the exact process that completely changed the way that I view trading and trade in the markets entirely. I'm also going to show you some clips on how I used to work back in the day, studying, backtesting, tracking results, testing everything, basically trying it all. And trust me, I've tried every single idea that you've had and so many more. And I'm just here to save you the headache because they don't work. I'm here to save you the time, and I'm here to show you exactly how I went from being stuck, inconsistent, and unprofitable to eventually finding my edge in the markets and being able to make upwards of 6 figures from this every single year. The goal of this video is not to gatekeep anything. I'm trying to show you exactly how I got here. So do yourself a favor, grab a notebook, take some notes, watch this video all the way through, and actually commit to understanding it. I think that's the most important part. If you can't watch this video all the way through, then I don't think I can help you as a trader. But if you can, let's not waste any more time and let's get straight into it. So before we get to some examples, it's important to go through the fundamentals first, the why, the when, and how you can actually use it properly. Because if you don't understand those things, then you can never expect to be consistent in the markets or even follow this strategy through. If you don't understand why you're doing something, then you're just going to deviate from it, aren't you? So we'll go through that, and then we'll go through some actual real world examples of me making upwards of multiple 4 figures per trade and how I personally execute this approach to do so. So in trading, there are going to be a few key market structures that you just need to get your head around. If you don't understand these, then you are just trading blind and you're fucking yourself, holding yourself back from being profitable and having that profitable equity curve that I know you want to see. So there's clear reason for each of these. If you're just kind of looking out for them, then that's still not going to be good enough. You need to understand the why, otherwise you can't stick to it long term. So consolidation is going to be formed by inconsistent higher highs formed and inconsistent lower lows formed. Therefore, we're just kind of drifting to the right. As you can see, we're not going up, we're not going down. This is going to be shit for our strategy because we feed off of high risk to reward trades, and consolidation doesn't have clear direction, so we don't know where we're going to continue going. We're not breakout traders, we are supply and demand traders. Therefore, we can't predict, what's going to happen next in the market. Therefore, we don't trade it. We just align ourselves with either uptrends or downtrends to get those insane risk to reward trades. So uptrends are going to be consistent higher lows and consistent higher highs formed. Therefore, after this box ends, there's going to be another higher high, another higher low, another higher high, just continuing to the upside like so. And this is going to be so easy to catch insane risk to reward trades, because let's say we get one of our zones, then we get our entry after our other confluences that I'll go over. Essentially, the market's going to want to make another higher high, breaking this high, another higher low, which breaks, this higher low, and then just continue doing that to the upside. Therefore, just getting insane risk to reward trades. The exact same is going to be said for downtrends. Well, essentially just the opposite way. So consistent lower highs and consistent lower lows. Therefore, after this box ends, just another lower low, another lower high, just shooting to the downside like so. Therefore, after we get one of our zones, let's say this is one of our zones, not a great example, we get all of our confluences and then we get our entry. We know that the market is going to want to break this low and make another lower low, make another lower high, therefore not go above this high, which our stop losses are going to be above, so we don't get stopped out. Then the market will make another lower low and just continue to the downside, getting these insane risk to reward trades. Insane meaning more than 1-to-1s. Last week I made 8.5% across only 3 trades, essentially because I am aligning myself with the market. I have receipts of all of these. I send them over to the Discord, and it's simply because I have good timing, good execution, and great psychological control. That's where that all comes in, and that's what's going to separate the average trader with the few who actually do make it, the people on this strategy, aka if this was good enough, literally just knowing these 3 market structures was good enough, then everybody would do it. Everybody would be profitable and everyone would make money in the markets. If everybody made money in the markets, then no one would make money in the markets. The markets always win, since they're the bigger institutions that are moving the market. They can manipulate price to simply stop people out before continuing in its intended direction. Therefore, this is never going to be a happy ending. We align ourselves with the market because the market always wins. We don't align ourselves with the 99 or the 95% of breakout and normal supply and demand traders that just fail. This introduces the concept of liquidity, and it's essentially going to be just stop losses and the market manipulating price to take out these people. And it's one of the biggest market movers that nobody takes into account, and I don't understand why, but we do, and it leads us to get these insane risk reward trades. So let's get onto that now. So liquidity is literally going to be everywhere in the markets, and we are going to see it consistently being taken. It's going to be above higher highs, below higher lows, above lower lows, above lower highs, either side of consolidation, literally fucking everywhere that you see. And it's invisible, so it's like hard to see. It's not part of the candle. It's going to be resting above and resting below. That's why so many people just ignore it, because they don't realize it exists. And it's essentially going to be the accumulation of stop losses of these, 99 or 95% of breakout traders and supply and demand traders, the people that consistently get faked out and the people that consistently get stopped out before the market shoots off in its intended direction. There's potentially people getting into breakout trades from the break of this high with their stop losses below this low, because it's technically a minor swing low. Therefore, the market isn't going to want to just give money to all of these traders. It's going to want to take their money, isn't it? Because that's what the market is here to do. It's here to make money. Therefore, they get stopped out. Then potentially there's like a supply and demand zone. They think they're going to get all this money, and then the market's just going to stop them out too. And that's where we come in. We take this concept of liquidity and add it as another confluence that we know the market wants to take it. So after the market takes it, then there is nothing else that the market wants to tick off before shooting in its intended direction, which in an uptrend is going to be making higher highs and higher lows consistently without getting stopped out. This is going to lead to insane win rates. Why would I do this? Insane win rates and insane risk to rewards. I'm not doing 2 R's. And it's just going to be the best confluence that, once again, people ignore it, and that's why people get faked out. Now, before I move on, let's look at this a bit more closely, because like I was saying, there is strong levels of liquidity above here and below here, above here, below there, literally above all the highs and below all the lows. And that's really, really easy to see. But if we're using liquidity, then surely we are getting faked out. That is not the case, because if we look at these minor lows, see, this is a minor swing low that gets stopped out, takes liquidity. This is a minor swing low that gets stopped out, takes liquidity. Once again, happens with highs too. These get stopped out because they're not major swings, they are minor swings. Therefore, the market consistently takes the stronger level of liquidity, the buy side liquidity, consistently in uptrends, and takes the sell side liquidity consistently in downtrends. Therefore, this can be a great take profit once we get our entries, but the liquidity that we want to seek before the market continues in its direction is going to be these minor swings. What we do is we take a normal supply and demand zone, wait for a strong level of liquidity, which comes in the form of a minor swing retracement, which sell side liquidity will sit under. I'll go over some examples in just a second. And then once the market takes this liquidity, then it takes everything off like I was just saying, and then we can once again just follow market structure, continue in our direction, get insane risk to rewards, and be happy, sleep well, have location independence, have time independence, live in Dubai, do whatever you fucking want. Let's get on to some examples. So these are the 2 examples that I'm going to use. I'm going to go over every single concept that I use, why we use it. Once again, everything has a reason behind it. I'm never going to be stumped and not have a reason behind something I say. If I mention something and don't go too in depth into it, just join the Discord, ask me. Once again, I'm always active over in there. Just for some proof, this was on the Monday. This was, they were actually all on platinum, funny enough. I trade like multiple different instruments. This was a 1 to 3.5. This trade invalidated, so we didn't get an entry. This was a 1 to 2, and this was a 1 to 3 risk to reward. Once again, very consistent. We're using the 3 core pillars of the market. Therefore, they are consistently thrown. They look like they aren't thrown consistently, but once again, the market does these every single day. We're just waiting for them all to line up and actually get those A+ setups or A setups that hit trades very, very frequently. All right. So in these 2 examples, we can see we have a buy example and a sell example. I think it's great to get, the whole variety so you can see them in the market easier. As you can see, we are uptrending, consistent higher highs, consistent higher lows. If you know supply and demand, that's essentially going to be a zone that is formed after a strong push to the upside. We see a lot of movement, literally forming physical gaps, a lot of movement to the upside. And a lot of people are going to just see this and wait for an entry off of that. Why? Like, if you ask any normal supply and demand trader why they don't take liquidity into account, they're either going to ask, what is liquidity? Or not have a reason behind ignoring it. A lot of supply and demand traders literally just trade it because it's the first strategy that they trade, and they don't, really build off of that. We're not stubborn over here. we literally admit when we're wrong and we add the extra bits that we're missing. So we take that normal supply and demand zone. This is going to be a price that institutions, investors, banks really like for some reason. We don't need to know why. We can just see they really like it from all of this movement. Then once again, buy side liquidity is consistently taken. We break market structure to the upside, once again making a higher high. But we also make a minor swing low here. What did we mention before? Well, this sell side liquidity that isn't sitting on these major swings consistently likes to be taken, faking out a lot of, breakout traders that get into their trades here with their stops below here. So we break market structure to the upside. Since this is a minor swing, we need to continue the bullish movement, which we need to see another higher high. So we break liquidity high, come back down to our zone. We have filled out everything that the market wants to see. Supply and demand. For one, let me get a little pencil. Supply and demand, market structure, and liquidity. They're the three core pillars of the market. They move the entire market. So we need to see every single one of those. And that is what this strategy does so well. We aren't leaving anything off the table. We're not being stubborn. We're not ignoring anything. And once we get our good entry, which, directional close after seeing rejections is always good. We just shoot to the upside. Once again, taking buy side liquidity, we want to go off and make another higher high. This one just continues running. I guess investors really wanted to see this. And why we see good rejections after touching one of these zones is because on this initial movement to the upside, there is a strong potential that not all of the investors that was looking at this price got their entries. It shot off so quickly, some people are bound to have missed it. Therefore, once we revisit this price, they're going to be getting their entries there. The institutions and banks that missed their original entry will be entering now. Therefore, just literally doing the exact same movement that we saw initially, just shooting to the upside. In a sell example, it's going to be everything that I just mentioned, but the opposite. Once again, it's literally just reversed. So we're looking for a downtrend. We can also see this as a downtrend from the market structure, lower highs, lower lows, sell side liquidity consistently being taken, or using this 200 EMA. This is one of two, let me move myself out of the way. This is one of two indicators that I use. The other one is used for capital preservation. That deserves an entirely different video by itself. But when we're above the 200 EMA, we are looking for buys. When we are below the 200 EMA, we're going to be looking for sells. Right, so we're below the 200 EMA, we're looking for sells. We are in a downtrending market. We are also looking for sells. Therefore, we're waiting for a supply zone. We are waiting for a supply zone. That's more like it. A supply zone is going to be determined by strong bearish movement coming out of seemingly nowhere. As we can see, a huge fucking candle, then so much more movement. This small swing of retracement is going to be what we're looking at for liquidity to sit above. There's going to be buy side liquidity up here. But this is a minor swing. This is not a major swing. Therefore, the market is going to want to take the liquidity before continuing to the downside. That's what we wait for. We wait for a break of structure, taking this sell side liquidity, also all of the sell side liquidity over here, making another lower low. Then we want to come back to our zone with seemingly not much bullish intent. After that, we get our entries, which, break of candle would have been good here. As you can see, there's quite a lot of volume from this rejection. Breakup candle would have been good. I've got separate videos or loads of material over in my mentorship of, entries, everything like that. We get our entry, then we wait for just literally another lower low to be formed. This usually would determine my take profit, just opposing liquidity. You can also take it even further because it's just market structure. Another lower high formed, then another lower low formed, another lower high, another lower low. Just making that market structure that everybody wants to see. We're not being stubborn. We can explain every single reason behind every single thing we do. Literally everything on the screen right now, I can explain that we use in our trades. I am 100% sure that there is not much more optimization that we can do to this strategy. Not any optimization that kind of takes away from its simplicity anyway. This is literally 3 steps to get insane risk to rewards. You can make it more complicated. You can make any strategy more complicated, but it just doesn't have to be. Simply doesn't have to be. The more you can stick to it long term and the easier it is to carry out in the markets every single day, the more consistent you can be. Because trading is about the long term and you need to be, once again, understand the why behind it so you can mentally stick it through long term. But also just easy as fuck to enter. It's easy as fuck to see these zones, easy as fuck to enter off these zones, and easy to get money off of these zones. If you've made it this far in the video, then well done. You're doing more than 90% of traders, and you're likely starting to realize that you don't need 1 to 20 risk to rewards to be profitable. All you need is 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 risk to rewards consistently, and good risk management. It's not flashy, but it is sustainable, and that's all that's going to matter in trading. Now, if you want to go deeper into these concepts, then I have a free Discord for you that is just going to be down below. Again, it is completely free. No fake flexes, no rented cars, no nonsense, just real education showing you how I apply this real time and active community support. If you're serious about improving and building structure around your trading, then that's exactly where you're going to want to be. And if you also want to work with me personally, there's going to be a link to that over in the Discord too. That's not free, but if you're serious about this, then it's going to be worth it. So if you found this video valuable, drop a like, leave a comment telling me what you learned, and subscribe. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.